The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Welcome to Easton Grange 196. Today is St. Patty's Day, March 17th, 2025. I'm Priscilla Oppenstosen, lecturer for the Grange, and tonight we're going to have a very interesting program about a documentary that was created by Joe Taft. He's the producer, right here.
How we doing?
And the star of the show, Neill, and the second in command, our very own Ed Hayes. And the name of this film, documentary, is called Downsize Me. And you'll find out why that's rather appropriate. Okay, so let's take it away. So Joe and Neill are going to say a few words, and then we're going to see some part of the documentary itself.
I would. Thank you, Priscilla.
You're right.
So thank you all again for having us here tonight. My name is Joseph Taft. I work at ECAT, Easton Community Access Television, and again, very fortunate to come and hang out and enjoy St. Patrick's Day with you guys. Can't complain because having corned beef and hash 2 nights in a row is music to my ears as an Irish person. So we're really excited to introduce you guys to the movie tonight, Downsize Me. We're not going to be showing you the whole thing because it is 45 minutes in total length, so we're just going to show you a 5-minute snippet. But if you're interested in watching the movie, it's on ECAT's YouTube page. It's also on the channels occasionally from time to time, and I schedule those channels, so if you ever want to find a time where you can watch it, you can find me at ECAT. I also have business cards on me if you're interested in learning more about that. So I'm gonna let Neill speak very quickly, and then we're gonna just show you the clip, and then we'll kind of talk about it after. So, Neill.
Priscilla, thank you for asking Joe and I thank you for asking Joe and I to promote this. And like Joe just said, it's the trailer, not the actual movie. It is on the ECAT YouTube channel, and it was a lot of work, and I hope you guys appreciate it.
Hey, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I've known Neill for a long time. My office and his office were right next to each other when he was at All Rams, and I was the social studies department chair. And he came up with this fantastic idea that you're about to see. And it's a wonderful example of somebody coming up with a brilliant idea, a simple idea that follows through. So I highly recommend watching the whole film. It's very good. So let's see the trailer. All right?
Yep, we're going to check out a 5-minute snippet. It's technically not a trailer, but you're going to get a decent idea of the movie through this. And there's one more thing I was going to say, but I lost it when Ned started talking. Love that. All right. Cool. Enjoy. Oh, I'm sorry. What I was going to say is I thought Neill might mention it, but Neill has been working on this movie. He's been working on it for a very long time. It was in the span of 5 to 10 years. No, it's okay. I'm coming home. 5 to 10 years working on this movie that he did. I worked on it for just around a year, so this is his brainchild, so I hope you enjoy. So yeah, I will speak very briefly about my time working on this film, and then I'll hand it off to Neill, who has probably a lot more to say. So essentially, and not to say that I don't have things to say, because working on this film was a really great experience for me, because I'm a young independent filmmaker myself, and I've made a couple of short films, as I was mentioning to a few of you, and a documentary is something that I never really quite saw myself pursuing when I was first getting into this whole thing, but it made me think about the filmmaking process and essentially viewing it through the eyes of the audience so much more than I had beforehand. If you do end up watching this film from beginning to end, I hope that I hope you will, and two, I think that it's apparent that there's information, as you're watching from beginning to end, you can tell that. Sorry, I'm drawing blank. No, essentially, by the end of the movie, you will realize that, okay, there was information that was shared at the end, but there's a reason for that because as an audience member, you don't necessarily want everything to be revealed at once because then why are you going to continue to watch, right? So I was trying to think of the right way to phrase that. But essentially, I was the producer and the editor on this movie. Neill came to me maybe a little over a year ago and asked me if I would help him out. He is a regular at ECAT. He always comes down to the station, hangs out, and talks about projects. And so I was very fortunate to have this opportunity and learn more about Neill's weight loss journey and type 2 diabetes and the struggle that people who deal with that go through. My father deals with it not personally, obviously, but in my personal capacity, I know that my father deals with it. I know a lot of people deal with it, and so I felt very, very fortunate to be able to learn more. We brought on Steve, who knows Neill very well. He's known him for a long time, and Carly, who is an expert in her field. So I felt that it was important to bring people in, not only knew Neill toward the beginning and the middle and throughout his journey, but also could really teach people about health, right? Diet. So I'm gonna stop yapping now and let Neill kind of give his piece. So.
Well, I still currently see myself. Alright, so it was a long process and I'm really grateful that I got it done. And yeah, Joe, thank you for helping me the way you did. I work better with people. And when I did see it, I remember doing my editing work. You were more experienced, and when I saw my work being more professional, I really did like that. But yeah, and like I said, it was just an accident and a very, very, very good one. When I walked in to get that DOT card, and I knew I wasn't at the best of health, but I did not know that I had diabetes, and that's when they revealed to me that I had it. And like I said in the movie, I thought my life was over. It was just, I'm done. But I don't reveal it in the trailer. And I'm not going to reveal it here, but I did have a major health scare that's what gave me a major wake-up call to, I had to change my life. And when I did change it, I don't know if it was weight loss to this or that I was focused. It was just major, get healthy, improve my condition. Like I had just a major scare. Remembering at the time, just it didn't take years, it was months that I had to go see the doctor, and not because, like I thought, oh God, something's really wrong, but it was wrong in a good way because I was making the improvements that they had to look at, which medications to put me on now, because I personally made the decision to get healthy, and because my condition was making improvements, they had to cut down on a few things. And I think what I'm saying is, it's a lot easier when you know what you're doing and you really put your mind to it.
Yeah, I think that one of the most important things about this dog and why I feel really great that I worked on it is because I do think it actually has the power to inspire people to change their lives. I know that I personally, throughout the process, made a lot of lifestyle changes during and after the time that movie came out. And I think that that's okay. It's like one of those things that, sometimes you're not comfortable speaking about those things to people, but our health is really all we have. And to be able to have that potential effect on people, on human beings, like each and every one of you, that was honestly my wake-up call. I mean, like, wow, like, this isn't just some random video I'm doing for YouTube. Like, this is serious, and people could really take this and run. And so, felt very fortunate to I've said this a couple times already, but felt very, very fortunate to get to work on this with Neill. Yes, Priscilla? No, that was it, 5 minutes.
Can you tell us,
Question and answers.
the question is,
Okay.
Neil, what did you do in order to get in shape?
Well, to answer the question, I think it was more than just one thing. I had to, and I did mention it to you on the show, and plus in the movie, I stopped drinking soda. Soda was just a treat. I drank a lot of water.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right.
You changed your whole diet.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I changed my whole diet. Like I'm sorry.
Sorry. Just making sure.
But no, it was like fast food is just a treat. And maybe there are times that I do have that craving, but you have to fight them. Stop drinking soda, stop going to fast food restaurants. And I do also remember like when I went to like some bar and grill kind of places, instead of getting potatoes, I remember getting double the vegetables. And there were just so many tricks that I was doing, plus always making sure that there's, instead of the white flour things, always make sure that there's whole wheat stuff available.
And didn't you also do some exercise? I know that you.
And I was gonna get there. Now, and I always say this, didn't get into weightlifting, calisthenics, or yoga. I just went out and took a lot of walks. And I remember talking to my doctor about it, saying, look, this is what I was doing. And he did say that this is one of the best things you could do. And like I said, it was nothing fancy, just went out there and took walks. That's what I did. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes?
What was that? This is a personal question. What was the largest pant size you had? Think about how obese I am.
I'm guessing, well, after 40, maybe I was heavier than that, but I didn't really keep count.
So 40 is the top.
Yeah. And yeah, it was.
You can't tell me so
Was
you
that
got
too-
to hold me a bit.
Right, was that too personal?
So yeah, and even since that movie was made, I didn't think I went down to a size 32 eventually. But, and I wasn't perfect. There were times where I went from like, okay, so I thought when I got down to a size 36, I thought, okay, I'm never gonna get smaller than that. Then I got to a 34, but eventually, because I kind of went back to my old habits, I went back to a 36 for a while, back to a 34, and I thought, yeah, I'm never gonna get smaller to a 32, hold on. And then I kind of got back in my old ways, went back to a 34, but it's like, as I talked to my doctor, it happens, it happens. You slack, and then you know that you have to get back to it. So I wasn't perfect, and I'm sorry, I'll get to you, Priscilla.
I think you did.
I wasn't perfect, so I slacked and had to get back to it. So I admit to that. Priscilla,
Do you still have diabetes?
absolutely. But there were a lot of medications that I got off, and there were just so many things that I didn't have to go to the pharmaceutical and spend like an arm and a leg for medication, like I once did. But I did get off a lot of things. But yes, I am still a diabetic. Any other questions? All right.
Are you ever not a diabetic?
Am I ever not a diabetic?
Can you become not?
All right, there are stories. I'm not in the medical field, so I can't answer that, but I heard stories about people that their diabetes just went away. Me personally, my diabetes never went away, so that's how I can answer it. If that answers the question. Okay. Any other questions? Okay.
I recommend that you go on YouTube and see the whole movie, because it's really amazing. This guy is walking all through And it goes right by all of the Oak Savings Memorial Hall, where we're sitting in right now tonight, the library, the railroad depot, down Main Street, and it's just amazing. And he keeps walking and walking, and you can see in the movie how he starts to get diminished. Right? And so you're still on that journey, aren't you, Neil?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Okay. And many of us are on that same journey, and it's so important. So how old were you when you developed diabetes?
I was 32 years old, and actually it was January of 2012 when I was diagnosed.
Okay. So, check out the full movie, it's 45 minutes, you won't be disappointed. I want to thank Joe Taft, the producer, and Neill Anderson, who is the star of the movie, and also the two of them, I think, worked together to write the script. And who was the photographer? Who was the cinematographer?
There were multiple. So there was a former ECAT employee who started working with Neill back when he first started on this, because it's been such a long time that he worked on it. His name's not coming to me right now. But also, I did a little bit of photography for it, and Neill actually was a trooper. He would go into the city and grab some shots, and he was really, it was funny because I could see him getting better at it as he did it. He would be like, man, it'd be awesome if we could have this shot when you talk about this thing. He's like, well, I have some free time this weekend. Maybe I could go in and grab that shot if I use a camcorder, because we're ECAT. We have these things, and so that's essentially the
Okay, because
gist.
the shots are really interesting. I mean, I think that it really makes it, creates a lot of interest. Okay, thank you both, Joe Taft. Oh, we have one more.
I just wanna know if the minister looked familiar,
His name is Stephen Wilson, and last I knew, I don't know where, sorry. I do have ways of contacting him. His name is Stephen Wilson. He did preach at the Braintree Unitarian Universalist Church years ago, but he did leave, went to California, came back, and I don't know where he preaches now. I forgot to ask
he
him.
just seemed familiar, so.
Okay,
Kind of has that energy of something. I feel like
Pastor David, right.
Steven.
Stephen. Okay, well, we can all go Google that guy and find him. All right,
Sure.
thank you both, Joe
Thank
Taft,
you.
Neil Anderson,
Thank you all.
and thank you. Our cinematographer.
Thanks, Ernie.
We appreciate it so much. To the public, please come and join us third Monday of every month, except May, when we have third Monday is our town meeting, and we're usually on the second Monday in May. We don't have meetings in January or February, but all the other months we do. We meet here at 6 o'clock for supper, and it's catered by not just Timoli.
Not just the miles.
And it's always delicious. And guess what we had tonight? Corned beef and cabbage, of course, and tuna and potatoes, and the most delicious chocolate cake by the connoisseur, our very own Michelle Lundgren. And so thank you for watching. Until next time, be well.